Well, it's October already and it's getting noticeably cooler outside. And with that in mind, I've already started the first process of winterizing Boogaboo. So last weekend, I already started the first process in winterizing the engines, which is really super simple and something I've done for the last number of years, and that is adding fuel stabilizer. Now, if you recall, I did a video about 5 years ago with our last motor 330 Sundancer, talking about seafoam, which is a fuel additive. Now, that's something that I regularly put in every time I top up the fuel tanks. Is I'll dump a can in each fuel tank. We got two, which service both the engines as well as the generator. And at the end of the season, what I do is I'll add 2 cans in each fuel tank. Doesn't matter what the level of the fuel is, it's just what it is what it is. Right now we're about just over half a tank, I think, on each side. But I'll put 2 cans of the seafoam in each fuel tank, which acts as a fuel stabilizer as well. Now, I've seen a few boating winterizing videos in the past on YouTube, and I'm surprised that the guys will say, all right, I've done everything, boat's out of the water, good to go, but I'm going to put some fuel stabilizer in the fuel tanks before I walk away, which is okay, but that's only doing about, in my mind, 30% of the work, if that, because what you need to do is put the fuel stabilizer in the fuel, let it sit, or take the boat out for a run even, that would be better, and then run that fuel with the fuel stabilizer through the engines, both through the engines, and if you have a generator on board, run that as well. And that's what I did last week, and I ran the engines for probably about 30 minutes. The generator, the same. And what that'll help with is not only to stabilize the fuel so that it's fresh come springtime, but the entire fuel delivery system, being the fuel lines, the fuel pump, fuel injectors that we have on our big engines, as well as a carburetor that we have on the generator. So that way we have stabilized fuel not only in the tanks, but in where it's needed, in the engines. Because if you only put the fuel stabilizer in the fuel tanks, that's great, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have a smooth start in the spring. And what I've done is I've been using this product for, like I say, about 5-6 years now. Before that, I used a different fuel stabilizer product only, but with the same process. Put in the fuel tanks, let it sit for a while, and then run it through the engines. And then come the following spring, boom, the engines fire right up. Beautiful, love it. And I find that the seafoam, as far as benefits are concerned, that is probably number one for me. That's why I put it in, like I say, every fuel top up and then at the end of the seasons. So remember, if you're gonna put some fuel stabilizer in your fuel tanks, run it through the engines as well. And then everybody will be happy, hopefully, come springtime. Guessing that you did the rest of the winterizing properly. But yeah, that's it. So that's it, just a little one, just a heads up. Run your fuel stabilizer through the engines, not only putting in the gas tanks, and you should be happy the following year. All right, and that's it for this one. Just a quickie heads up on that. And then this coming weekend, because it is cold and it's only going to get cooler from now on, I'm probably going to start my actual engines winterizing. So yeah, and that'll be it. So anyways, I will show you what I show you on that one. Hope you follow along. Look forward to your comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.